If the fight goes long, he's going to cut up. He's going to run into the problems that he normally runs into, like long, taxing fights. He doesn't want that. He's saying that he's going to knock me out in 5 rounds. I say if anybody's going to get knocked out, it's going to be him.
Now, I don't know what Murray Sutherland will do, but if he comes in, he's going to get knocked out. If he stay away, eventually he's going to get knocked out anyway.
He's ready to go. He's been ready to go in his last 4 or 5 fights. Vonzell Johnson had him beaten until he ran out of gas. Yaki Lopez, he nearly had him out. This time he's really going to go.
I don't want the people to think for one moment, for one doubt, that I am not thinking about this fight because I'm relaxed. I have full of fire. I have proven that with Vonzell Johnson, the last fight, and I will prove it here with Murray Sutherland. It will be a bloody bath for Murray Sutherland.
Well, there's the word from the champion, Matthew Saad Muhammad, with us as usual on our boxing coverage, Angelo Dundee and Gil Clancy. And certainly Murray Sutherland put on an impressive performance against Michael Spinks. He was an unknown up until that point, Angelo. He showed that he deserves to have the ranking he does, but we all know how great Matthew Saad Muhammad is in the late rounds. What do you think is going to happen?
It's got to be a great fight. It's going to be 2 immovable forces going at each other. I'm kind of keen on the way that kid Murray Sutherland throws a left hook to the liver. Great punch. I think it's going to be a great fight. Dangerous for Saad early because he's a slow starter.
Okay, Gil, what about you?
Well, Sutherland's fighting for the championship of the world. He knows it. He's going to try like heck. But I just think he just doesn't have the strength or the punch to keep Matthew Muhammad off for 15 rounds.
Well, all right. It looks like we're going to have a very similar fight to the past ones we've had with Matthew Saad Muhammad. Let's go up to the ring where they're about ready to go. Champion Matthew Saad Muhammad starting round number 1 on the left of your screen in black, and the challenger is Murray Sutherland of the Sutherland Tartan. He's from Edinburgh, Scotland, 26 years of age, last April 10th, just a week ago. Matthew Saad Muhammad, the champion in black. The referee is Paul Venti. Scoring will be by 3 judges, Charles Spina, Frank Brunette, and William Kostrub, under the 10-point scoring system, as sanctioned by the World Boxing Council in this championship fight.
Sutherland moves around in typical European style. He snaps his punches very quickly, but he's a real stand-up guy, and I think he can be nailed.
Break! Saad Muhammad starting out there kind of slow, Gil, and it's typical of him. That's why it's a dangerous fight. I think Sutherland has the mobility, the height, and the strength to make it real tough early.
Murray Sutherland 30-3 with 26 knockouts. Saad Muhammad 29-3 and 2 draws with 21 KOs. Won this title April of '79 against Marvin Johnson. Murray Sutherland, number 6 ranked fighter by the WBC. Sanctioning body for this fight, ranked number 2 by the World Boxing Association. His best win, October of last year, winning the USBA championship against Pablo Ramos, 12-round decision.
Matthew Saad said he was going to start this fight real fast, going to cut the ring off and really try to get this guy out of there early, but he hasn't done it so far. He's posing right now.
I tell you, this ring favors both fighters. It's an 18-foot ring. They're both going to be fighting in there, so it don't make too big a difference about who's going to control the ring.
Right hand lead by Sutherland landed to the temple of the champion. Less than a minute to go in round 1.
There's not much padding on the ring. It's a fast ring, and that seems to me that it would favor Sutherland, who's going to have to try to move around and try to outmaneuver a strong puncher like Muhammad.
7th title defense for Matthew Saad Muhammad. He wants to break the record set by Bob Foster, a great light heavyweight champion of the past. Foster defended 11 times.
Sutherland throws some real good awkward punches, Gil. That's going to stand for him in good stead. Only thing I worry about is when they're against the ropes. It's a short apron. If they put their foot outside the ropes, it's going to fall down.
Right uppercut landed from Sutherland. Another 30 seconds to go.
Matthew Saad has a cut on his lower lip. He's bleeding from the mouth early.
Final seconds, round 1. Round number number 2 from Atlantic City, and the champion, Matthew Saad Muhammad, has a split lip. It's a bad cut on his lower lip from the first round, which was a good one for the challenger Sutherland. Angelo.
Dr. Taco was really working hard on that cut because it's going to become worse as it goes along. It's on the lower lip, left side. It's a bad rip.
Adolph Rotaka, one of the seconds in the corner, with trainer Sam Solomon for the champion. Bill Bailey in there with him. Sutherland now trained by Frank Luca, used to handle Ernie Shavers. Bob Embry working the corner with Luca.
If I was in Matthew Saad Muhammad's corner, I'd say try to get this guy out of it. That is a bad rip, and it could get worse. Sutherland's got that snappy jab, and that can do the job.
Joe Clancy, Angelo Dundee with Tim Ryan. We are live from Atlantic City, WBC Light Heavyweight Championship, and Paul Vinny, the referee, warning Saad Muhammad to raise the punches.
That was really south of the border, Angelo.
Murray Sutherland, the challenger, and the Sutherland tartan trunks, the champion in black.
That was around Tijuana way.
I think so. Maybe a little further south. Tijuana's right on the border.
Good body punching by the champion, Muhammad. His best body shots of the early going. Sutherland fighting confidently here, looking poised as he did against Michael Spinks. He's had 10 fights since that Spinks loss.
The lip got worse.
Good right.
It's really split down the middle now.
Good right hand. Right to the nose by Sutherland on that last flurry. And again, he staggers the champion with that one and comes charging in. Sutherland has Saad Muhammad back to the ropes. Under a minute to go, round 2.
We knew that Sutherland was a busy fighter. If he could punch, I think he'd have Matthew out of there now. He just isn't a big puncher, but he's a very, very busy guy, and he has accurate hands.
Than he was a year ago. Whether that's true or not may determine itself early in this fight, as he has got Muhammad where he could hurt him if he has the power.
Tim, one thing you can't do, you can't teach anybody to punch. You can teach them to punch correctly, but not hard. You're born with that.
Under 30 seconds to go, the second round. It's been all Sutherland so far.
I don't like the way Saad reacted. He didn't bounce off the ropes. But Sutherland shouldn't gamble in there. Spread eagle like that, he can get nailed himself.
Coming to the end of round number 2. Now some good counter-punching by the champion. Round number 3 from Atlantic City, New Jersey. We are live with coverage of the WBC Light Heavyweight Championship. The challenger on the right of your screen, Murray Sutherland from Edinburgh, Scotland, now living in Bay City, Michigan. And he won the first 2 rounds rather handily. Indeed, the champion's best shots came in the final seconds of the second round.
Saad Muhammad's not moving in there the way he should. He's spread eagled. He's looking for one shot. Now, that's going to be wrong because he's not going to find it just waiting on the guy.
Well, Gil, that's similar to the way he started out against Vonzell Johnson, and Johnson did well early against him.
Yes, but against Vonzell Johnson, he wasn't cut the way he's cut now. That is a serious rip. And any minute, you get one good shot, and it could open wide up. Then I'd have to stop the fight. I'd be a little nervous if I was in his corner. What about you, Ange?
Yes, I would. I'd be sweating that out because the only way you can do is contain that cut, but it can go straight down.
Murray Sutherland, his only other national television appearance in the losing cause against Spinks a year ago.
Those kind of cuts, what I worry about them, Gil, is they can cause arterial bleeding. Then you can't contain the bleeding.
Short chopping left landed from Sutherland. Good left hook. Good short left hook. Sutherland's losses have been to distinguished people. Dwight Davidson as a middleweight. Richie Cates, a pretty good light heavyweight in his own right. And Michael Spinks.
Tim, you notice how close his right foot, Saad's right foot was at the outside of the ring, almost to the edge of the ring.
We are in the Superstar Theater of Resorts International in Atlantic City. A very live and interested crowd here, perhaps sensing some of the early danger the champion Muhammad is in. Blood from that left, gushing. Muhammad just pulling back from that long right hand to Sutherland's. Under a minute to go, round 3.
Sutherland does very well when he's boxing and staying outside. At the end of the last round, he made a mistake and put Matthew Saad on the ropes and they punch with each other. That's what he shouldn't do. What he's doing now is a Sutherland fight, staying outside and picking him apart.
I have to agree with you, Gil. They trade right hands. Saad has the best right hand in there, so he should move away and box.
26-year-old champion Matthew Saad Muhammad, born in August of 1954, and he just had that birth date, August 5th, confirmed this past week. He believes he is Maxwell Loach and hopes in the next week or two to officially, conclusively confirm that.
The Sutherland's comments before the fight was that he was going to go to the body. He hasn't done that as yet.
Final seconds of this third round.
Waited too long, man.
A look at that split lip. Just seconds ago, Adolph Ritacco working feverishly on it. It is a bad cut. We're in round number 4, scheduled for 15. The challenger in the tartan trunks, Murray Sutherland. The champion, Matthew Saad Muhammad, making his 7th WBC defense.
Saad says something about go out and get him because they're really jumping all over him. I think Adolph has used a little bit of tincture myrrh there in the cut because that's good for inside cut mouths. But it's the exterior part of the mouth is the danger.
That snappy left jab of Sutherland's has now started, has a bruise underneath Matthew Saad's left eye. He's starting to get marked up pretty good.
Matthew Saad Muhammad, as Angelo said, told his corner, don't worry, I'll get him. I'm going to go get him. And he's trying to cut off the ring here in this 4th round, but Sutherland moving well.
I worry when Sutherland trades right hands, Bill, because the better puncher is Saad Muhammad. Just keep boxing, keep doing what he's doing.
They have a problem with the right glove of Murray Sutherland, which looks like it might be breaking up right on the knuckle area. The timekeeper, Percy Richardson, has already remarked on that, and they may take a look at it at the end of this round.
Well, we may have another Henry Cooper, Muhammad Ali situation where the other fighter is going to get a rest, a big rest while they change gloves. Let's see what happens. You remember that, don't you, Angelo?
I don't remember that.
Angelo Dundee, of course, was handling Muhammad Ali in that now famous fight against Henry Cooper in London. They had to replace the glove.
It's amazing how that glove split all by itself, Angelo.
Well, in this case, my speculation would be that it was on the mouth protector of Muhammad, perhaps when he split his lip. That may have been when the glove was damaged.
Well, you know, that split glove may be caused by a right uppercut to Saad Muhammad's peak.
Under a minute to go here in the 4th round. A good combination from Muhammad. Finally backs Sutherland up. First time in the fight.
Yeah, but Tim, he indicated that he wasn't hurt. It was one of Muhammad's best punches.
Well, he showed against Michael Spinks that he can take a punch. He's only been stopped once, and that was by Dwight Davidson back in '78 when he was still a middleweight.
Saad Muhammad just used the old trick of stepping on his foot with his right foot and almost was successful with it.
Under 30 seconds to go in round number 4. Look at that little hole there in the right glove of Murray Sutherland. We'll see whether that becomes a factor, whether they will have to stop the fight. They, of course, have a backup set of gloves, identical to the Everlast 8 ounces the fighters are wearing. This is round number 5, pardon me.
The referee went and investigated the split glove during the timeout. And the split glove is not in the fist area, so that's why he let it continue on.
Good judgment, I think, Andy.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, Angelo, Gail, we'd like to alert our local stations along the line. We'll be going to a 30-second station break at the end of this round.
You know, Tim, I see this happen to a lot of fighters come out of Philadelphia, I'm sorry to say. All those tough fights, they catch up to you. And that's what's happened to this good champion who makes great fights, but meanwhile takes a licking in the process.
Well, this has been Murray Sutherland's theory coming into this fight. It's what he told us in his pre-fight comments. He felt that the Johnson and Yaki Lopez fights, John Conte 15 rounds, all had taken their toll. And that somebody, and he thought it would be him today, was ready to lift the crown.
So far, Sutherland looks like $1 million, but don't count Matthew Saad out. He's starting to get the distance a little bit better now, and it doesn't figure that Sutherland can keep this pace up. He has to slow up a little bit. Then we'll see if he can take those big punches of Matthew Saad.
Gilbert, I don't think anybody's counting Matthew Saad Muhammad out. We've seen him come back too often in the past, but the trend is being set here early, and it certainly adds an element of tension and suspense for the rest of this fight. We're in round number 5.
But right now, Sutherland's pitching a shutout.
Under a minute to go.
I see it.
That's the way we have it on our cards. Right hand landed over the left hand of Muhammad. Attack has Sutherland backed into Muhammad's corner. The champion definitely getting more busy here in this 5th round. Remember, he had predicted an early knockout. He said no longer than 7, and he thought somewhere between 1 and 5. We're in the final seconds of the 5th round. We'll be back with more of the WBC Light Heavyweight Championship after this word from your local stations. And he thought that the fight would go in the early rounds the way it has so far in our view. And now let's see if he follows through with what he had planned to do at this stage. We're in round number 6. Tim Ryan, Angelo Dundee, and Joe Clancy. And this very narrow apron outside the ropes has become a problem. One of the fighters just stepped on the television monitor here at our position. Now the champion, Muhammad, on the attack. Good left hand from Muhammad. First one that has rocked Sutherland. So far, the cut lip has not been a factor. Adolf Rotaka doing a good job in the Muhammad corner.
I'd say he's done a great job. That was a tough cut to control, and he's controlled it.
Again, we'd like to alert our local stations along the line. We'll be taking a 30-second station break at the end of this round.
Sutherland's starting to show his skin tired right now, and what's stopping him his tracks has been the jab.
Tremendous right hand by Muhammad. Rocked Sutherland.
Well, now we're going to find out if he's a champ. He's going to have to grit his teeth and come back a little bit. Matthew's running right through him now.
Sutherland, who had had his way through 4 rounds. Finally in the 5th, Muhammad starting to take over some, and here in the 6th, he has rocked Sutherland.
He got hurt with that left hook underneath. He's getting hurt now.
Good combination from Muhammad, scoring again. Sutherland backing up. That's all he's been able to do here in the 6th round. From Sutherland, under a minute to go, round 6.
I don't think Saad will throw any more right uppercuts, Gil. He got nailed with a right hand counter.
Most dangerous punch in boxing, trying to throw a right hand uppercut from outside.
Sutherland appears to be just trying to survive this round, get himself back together again. He was hurt in the early part of the round. Under 30 seconds to go, round 6. Muhammad on the mark, banging to the body. We'll be back with more of this WBC Light Heavyweight Championship after this word from your local station.
Near the end of the round, Murray Sutherland.
Saad Muhammad standing in a neutral corner, but trainer Sam Solomon down there pepping him up.
If I was in Murray Sutherland's corner, I'd really take my time putting that glove on. There's no time limit on it. It's giving him a chance to really get a rest. And in the meanwhile, Matthew has to stand in the other corner.
Frank Luca is trainer, putting the glove on. Now his manager, Art Dorr, in the tartan jacket, has come in to help out. And now, this is interesting, in the neutral corner, Sam Solomon put a stool down. And referee Paul Vendy is saying to Solomon, you can't put that stool in here. The fighter has to wait in the neutral corner. Solomon is chased back to the Matthew Saad Muhammad corner. So meanwhile, his fighter's got to stand up while this is going on.
Well, originally, Sutherland was sitting down, so Sam Solomon was right, but now he's standing there, both standing. In the beginning, it was a big advantage. They had Matthew standing over there, and Murray Sutherland was sitting down.
Well, what's happening now, the cut on the right eye is bleeding again, which is going to hinder the kid because the blood from the eye can give him more hindrance by going into his eye.
The cut was right at the right corner of the right eye of the champion Muhammad, and of course he still has the split lip. We are live awaiting the start of the 7th round at Resorts International in Atlantic City.
Frank Luca must have heard me, Tim, because he's really taking his time putting that glove on. It's becoming a real project. Look at this. They're all standing there so nice and calm. Nobody's hurrying.
Just to recap what's happened in this fight, the challenger, Murray Sutherland, came out extremely well. We gave him the first 4 rounds on our obviously unofficial card, but he was very much in command early. Then in the 5th round, Matthew Saad Muhammad went after him, started to take some control. The champion had a good 6th round, and now we're ready to go. Round number 7.
If Murray Sutherland lands some good right hands, you're going to see that it's going to create more damage. Because it's a new glove, it's a dry glove. It's not full of water, it's full of grease.
Very good point, Angelo. Matthew Saad is now cut over the right eye, besides on the lip. He's starting to get all busted up.
The right hand landed from the challenger, and then body shot back from the champion.
But Matthew Saad has that great strength, and Murray Sutherland just doesn't punch hard enough to keep him off him. He's starting to run through him now. There he goes again.
An overhand right, and he's been setting it up with a left hook to the body.
That's it, trading right hands. That's what I was afraid of, because Murray don't have the effect.
He doesn't have the artillery to bother Matthew Saad enough. He can cut him, but so far he hasn't been able to stagger him or hurt him.
Sutherland appeared to try and spit something out of his mouth. He still has his mouthpiece in.
Tim, I think Sutherland may have a couple of loose teeth, but he got hit with a good right uppercut, and he's wondering what's happening.
Muhammad landing heavy blows here in the 7th as he did in round 6. Boy, he makes every fight an adventure.
I'll tell you, Sutherland right now is sleepwalking. He just gone through the motions. He better pick up some pep.
Well, he got the break when they changed his glove, and he's rocked by Muhammad, and down he goes. A short left hook, but the combination really set him up.
Sutherland's got a bad cut over his left eye.
Sutherland made the count, but he's in big trouble. A cut over the left eye. The champion Muhammad with the audience on its feet here now, and a left uppercut from the champion. Matthew Saad Muhammad. Got to finish up here. Challenger Murray Sutherland. Sutherland takes a left and ducks away. Under a minute to go, round 7.
Low again, another low blow.
No warning from the referee, but Muhammad looking confident, stalking his game. So often he's able to come back after early problems, and he had him again today. He's got the challenger in trouble. Sutherland just trying to get through this round now. Champion Muhammad opening that cut over the left eye of the challenger more. Under 30 seconds to go. Round 7, and Sutherland knocked across the ring with a left hand from the champion. Short right from Sutherland lands.
I think we got to call Matthew Saad Mr. Excitement, because it's really a sensational man underneath there.
Left hand of the year, but a straight right wobbled Sutherland again from the champion Muhammad. An uppercut landed. That shook him at the bell. Murray Sutherland in trouble in his corner as the bell sounds, ending round number 7. The crowd is really going wild here at Resorts, and they're going to have to really do a job in Sutherland's corner to get him going for round number 8. The last 3 rounds, it's been all the champion Muhammad after Sutherland had taken the early lead in our view. Let's see some of that action from round 7. combination from the champion backed up the challenger Sutherland.
When
and
he goes,
great right hand landed, Gil.
When he goes into high gear, he's awesome. He just bangs you out, just makes up his mind he's going to get you out of there, and he gets you out of there.
Well, he set it in his corner at the end of the 4th round. There's another staggering right from Muhammad. As his corner was concerned about the way the fight started, Muhammad said, I'll get him. I'm going out to get him. And he commenced to do so. It's been his fight for the last 3 rounds.
Tim, you know what it is? He's a champion. He doesn't want to lose that championship. I think they're going to have to practically kill him to take this title away from him.
Round number 8.
What do you think about that, Ange?
I have to agree with you. He's got a second sense, and he wants to retain what he has. And he knows he's a champion. He's a believer.
You pointed out that Sutherland was just going through the motions. Matthew Saad he knows when he has to win a fight, and he goes out to win it. These guys, they give up on themselves. That's what happens.
He is certainly an intimidating force. You get him hurt, you seem to be winning the fight, but it's just kind of an inevitable thing that he's going to work his way back in. And he has done it in this fight. Round number 8. The challenger, Sutherland, still bright-eyed and trying to hang in there and make the fight turn around again. But it is Muhammad doing the stalking, Sutherland doing the backing up.
Sutherland recuperated a lot better than I thought he would, Angelo.
Yes, he did. Showing great recuperative powers, and he's contesting them right now.
He just doesn't carry the big guns, though, Ange. Even when he hits you with a clean shot, you know, not too much effect.
You're right, but him being a mature man, Gil, is what's holding him in there. He's a 27-year-old kid, and he's very strong.
See, those punches are strictly arm punches. They're accurate, but they're arm punches. There's a big punch compared to an arm punch.
Left hook from Muhammad. We are live at this WBC Light Heavyweight Championship defense at Resort International in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
And Sutherland is showing an awful lot of gameness. Believe me, those shots get everybody out of there, but Sutherland's still in there trying.
Has only been stopped once, as we said, back in 1978. Not quite the caliber of fighters over his career that the champion has, however. Muhammad really pounding away with that awesome strength.
They're telling Matthew Saad left hook up, and he's trying to do what his corner tells him.
Corner exhorting him to get off the ropes because of this very narrow apron. It's only about a foot outside the rope. It's easy to step off.
And Adolf Whittaker actually was hit them on the leg, which was a good move.
Overhand right from Sutherland. Not much on it when it landed.
If Matthew wins this fight, Adolf Whittaker deserves a lot of credit, Angelo.
Yes, he does. He's done a heck of a job.
Good right hand from Sutherland. First one that hurt Muhammad a little bit in several rounds. Blood from the cut lip of the champion, more in evidence now, but he lands another left hook as the
Vitalis.
round number 9. The champion Matthew Saad Muhammad in black. The challenger Murray Sutherland in the tartan trunks. And I tell you, this champion who has KO'd his last 5 opponents sure hasn't taken any easy ones lately. Yaki Lopez, Bonzel Johnson, Murray Sutherland. These guys have been well prepared and very competent challengers.
Looks like Adolf got to do a triple job now because he's cut over the other eye. So he's working on 2 cut eyes and a cut lip. And the left eye just getting worse right now.
Cut on the corner of the left eye. Sutherland just landed a jab right there.
Sutherland seems to have gotten his second wind. We said he recuperated very well. He came back a lot better than we thought, but now he's snapping his punches a little bit, too.
Round number 9. He had a good stiff jab there.
Still, if I was Sutherland, I would look to hide and play pussyfoot because he's got to outsmart this guy. He's not going to outpunch this fella.
That's right, Ange. All the way. He can't stand in front of Matthew for 1 second. There he goes.
That's right. That's it. That's it. The right hand was a knockout blow. The left follow-up didn't even matter. He was really rough. Sutherland gamely trying to get up. And they say no, that he did not make it up. Sutherland says he's ready to go on, but it's all over. And the champion, Matthew Saad Muhammad, has retained for the 9th round knockout. And Frank Luca, the trainer, is in there screaming at the commissioner. Let's see that knockout punch again. It was a tremendous right hand, a straight right hand that'll be the damaging blow, followed by a straight left that sends him down. But the Sutherland people, including Maurice, there's the right hand. You can see his eyes close on it. And that follow-up left was just icing on the cake. Now Sutherland got up, and he says that he was up by the count of 10. And they are protesting here. They went right to the commissioner, Jersey Joe Walcott, as we see another look at that tremendous knockdown punch. Well, gentlemen, it appeared to me that he made it up by 10. Was the referee simply saying he had had enough, or was he saying that the count had been completed?
Now, I think that the referee counted him out, but unlike you, Tim, I think he got up before 10, but it was all academic. 2 more punches, he was going to be out of there anyhow. Made no difference.
Well, I said that he beat the count. I thought he was up by 10.
I feel he
Definitely beat the count.
He beat the count, but Tim, it's a good thing the referee stopped the fight or counted him out, because he would have got hurt.
That is the other aspect.